Hey, what's up, everybody? Welcome to the All Ain't Worthless podcast. This will be for Wednesday, August 19th. On time, back on time. Yeah. As always, I'm your host, Big Irish J. And we have, let me see, magnificent, the maninful, fuck, I don't know, Manny Martin.
What's up, man? Good to see you, buddy.
So anybody listening, and actually, I'm gonna fucking specifically to Jeff, who's maybe he's the number one fan. I don't know, but he always is like, "Get the fucking mics fixed," and blah blah. And I'm like, "I know, Jeff. We're fucking figuring shit out. Give me a second." But just so everybody knows, so I'm in the new place now. I'm in Vegas. Manny and myself have a lot of shit in a lot of what do they call it? Things in the fire. What do they call it?
Yeah, in the pipeline. I don't know how do
Yeah, a lot of what the fuck do they call it? The stokes in the fire.
they. Yeah. What do they say? They say.
Irons in the fire.
There you go. There you go.
Jesus. I know. And so, anyways, what I'm to get to the point. This will be the last one where the audio sounds like this. Moving forward, back to using a Zoom. Manny will be using a Zoom. It's a lot of work on my side, guys, but hey, that's what I do for you.
Fans.
For you, the two listeners. Yeah, actually, did we announce last time you were on, did we announce about the podcast we're going to be doing?
I don't think we told anybody.
Okay, well, fuck, you know what? Should we talk about it?
Let's get into it, man. It's gonna be revolutionary. We're gonna a lot of people out there, and we're gonna help a lot of love, and we're gonna help a lot of relationships, man. So I'm excited for this.
It's a grinder dating podcast, and no. So the podcast is named. Okay, so well, I'll tell you the name. So the podcast, Manny and myself, me and my good buddy Manny, is called Love in Black and White, and Manny and myself are like best of friends, but also like our dating lives have been complete opposites.
Yeah, we're on two completely separate sides of the spectrum, if you want to kind of put it in relationship terms.
Yeah, I hope you're talking about relationship. But Manny's a black guy, always dated predominantly white women, married to a white woman. I'm a white guy, always predominantly dated black women, and I'm single. So, and you know, I know that there's 1,000 dating relationship podcasts out there. This will be a very comedy heavy and focused. Mm-hmm. We'll have segments where, you know, how do you handle it? Like how you present a scenario with, maybe you're arguing with your girlfriend, your wife, or whatever. You present a scenario. Manny's going to tell you as the married guy how he would handle that, and I would tell you as a single guy how I would handle it. But that's going to come out in September, so look for that. But the audio will be great. It's going to be the best. The video is going to be the best.
Yeah. If you're listening to this, write in to the podcast. Actually, let us know right now kind of some things you might want us to talk about, and we'll dive into it on the first episode.
You can you can send it to my email, bigirishj@gmail.com, and you can just put in the title Love in Black and White, or you know, just fucking email whatever you want. I'll see it. I'll fucking read it. I read them all. Yeah, so I was telling Manny, was like, what do you want to talk about? And I'm always like, let's just fucking wing it. But there actually are a few things. Okay, first, did you see the lady? She was on some podcast bragging about blowing 7 of the Phoenix Suns.
No, wait, what? Wait, recent Phoenix Suns, or are we talking like Barkley in the Phoenix?
Oh, no, she said Devin Booker went first.
Oh, at the same time. Wow.
So I fucking forget the name of it. It was, they posted on Barstool, and this girl is there with her other. It's a guy and then 2 girls, and the 2 girls, I guess, met in a threesome. Jesus Christ! And then she's like, "So you hooked up with the Suns or this team or whatever?" And she was like, "Yeah." And she was like, "Oh, they walked in on me fucking one of them, and then." I blew, and dude, here's the thing is like, part of the Love is Black and White, Love in Black and White podcast. We don't shame anybody for whatever you do. I don't give a, we don't slut shame or whatever, but it's a weird thing to the pride and joy you take in that. And and this lady's probably, I'd say maybe she's like 25-ish, maybe. And dude, I don't know if it's an age thing now that this even comes into my head, but I think about like, okay, let's say you're not dating or you're not married. Excuse me, Jesus Christ, don't let Crystal hear this. Let's say you're single, you meet this girl, fucking, you guys hit it off, and you fall in love with her. You introduced her to a buddy or something, and then he's like, man, she looks really familiar. I don't know. And then, oh, dude, I found this video of your girl. Have you seen this? No, what's that? And then you watch that. How do you react to that?
Ooh, God, man, that would be the worst. I mean, you can't keep dating her because it's like, you know, we're not trying to slut shame anybody. If that's how you get off, you know, do your thing. But at the same time, man, it's like, if you want to I mean, you can't take her to your mama's house, you know what I mean? And
yeah, dude, that was the other thing I was thinking is her dad. What if you're her dad and you're like, oh, somebody's like, hey, Frank, what's your daughter been up to? You know, my daughter, she just graduated college, gonna be a doctor. What's your daughter been up to? She fucking blew the Phoenix Suns.
Here's the tough thing though, okay? Like, does it make it better that it's star dick, or is it, you know, because if it's just some random 7 dude, it's completely different than $1 million penis. You know what I mean? Like,
dude, I think for me it's two things. No, I mean, obviously, you know, it's, if you're like, oh, I blew 7 homeless guys, then I'll be like, Jesus Christ. Then I might have to shame you. I'm like, God damn, homeless guys? Fucking, the smack bomb that dick. But to me, it would be more dude, it's just the fact that she's like proud of it. I'm like, what the fuck?
Okay, let's be real. Over the course of your life, I think we've all met a girl who may be a little,
skeezer, as we used to say back in the day.
A scallywag.
fucking a floozy.
I mean, we all know somebody like, you know, in our past who was like that. I mean, there was this girl, I want to say it must have been in junior high in the Bay Area. She was known for blowing people behind the dumpster. I was like, whoa. I was like, damn. And she prided herself on it. And I was just like, fuck, man, they are starting early.
Was her nickname Cum Dumpster?
God rest her soul if she's not.
Jesus.
Probably alive.
Yeah, dude, I was gonna say, you may have heard a few skeezers when we were roommates.
Dude, I'm just saying 7, like that's rough. 7 at the same time, right? Or is it?
Yeah, they're all in the room, and she's like fucking, going down the conveyor belt of dicks.
That's the hardest thing though, because it's like with when you think about it, like we always talk about it, like I don't want to go to a strip club because I don't want to be next to all my buddies with boners. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like,
Not only that, it's like, that'd be like if I said to you, I go, hey Manny, are you hungry? And you're gonna be like, yeah, man, I'm hungry. I'd be like, dude, I got this buffet we can go to, best buffet in the city. You're like, great. We go there, we pay, and then we go up to the thing and you start to grab food. And I'm like, no, you don't eat. You just look at all this food. Like, what the fuck, man?
I don't even know if it works like this, but picture this, right? She's going down the line, and the first dude that she blows has herpes. Does that pass it over to you? I mean, are you taking that risk? I mean, dude, I don't know if I'm willing to risk all that shit. So.
I mean, dude, it's like, I was saying, I don't know if it's because I've gotten old. I don't know, dude. Like, I mean, because, you know, there's, unless you marry a virgin, whoever you're with or dating or whatever has fucked before.
Exactly.
You know, they may be freaks or whatever. I think it's just the fact that, like, she was so flippant and like just putting her business out there and bragging about it.
Right.
Okay, let me ask you this. Let's say, okay, your Manny's wife is her name's Crystal. You've been dating her. How long have you been with Crystal now? Not married, just been with her.
I think 10.
Okay, so, and you've been married what, 4 years?
Yeah, 4 going on 5 on Friday. So.
Oh shit! Congrats! It'd been great to have gone to your wedding. So, you know what's so funny? Hold on, time out. We can come back. Don't let me forget this thing about the Crystal thing. So I always flipped Manny's shit about not inviting me to his wedding. this is what's so fucking dumb is like, if you did send me an invite, I have to go, but I'd be like, God damn, we were flying. I gotta fucking fly to. I think most people are like, God, that fucking wedding is all day event. And then if it's like a destination when you're like, Jesus. So in the grand scheme of things, I'm like, oh, fuck, I'm glad he didn't send me an invite. But I have to guilt trip you.
Yeah, exactly. You know what the funny thing is? I remember that going down. I was like, I'm not going to send him an invite because clearly you have to fly yourself out there. You'd have to pay for a hotel. And it was like, you know, I refused to put that on you. It was just like.
I mean, it would have been cool if you, at least made the offer. At least extended it. I don't know. Anyways, okay, so we're back to Crystal. So you're coming up on your 5-year anniversary. Congratulations. So, okay, when did you propose to her, what, 6 years ago?
Yeah.
Okay, so 6 years ago,
Mm-hmm.
you go out, you take her out to dinner, you got the ring, you got how you're going to propose to her. It's all fucking great. And so, Crystal, you get down one day, Crystal, will you marry me? And she's like, I will, but we have to have a talk. And then it's so funny because knowing Crystal's character, this is so fucking far-fetched, but she just goes, okay, so thank you, Manny. I love you. You're the love of my life. There's nothing more I want to do than to marry you. But so I was in college and the UNLV running Rebels were in town. And I had a few wine splitzers. I'm like trying to make it somewhat Crystal, but it's so impossible. And so she's like, I was getting railed by this one black guy, and then the rest of his team came in along with the equipment manager,
the water boy.
Yeah, and I mean, I've always, me, I'm a team player. I support my teams. So I blew up. Okay, all joking aside, yeah. your dream woman, your wife or whatever, has that conversation with you after you've been in the relationship with her, you're in love with her, you want to spend the night. Now, I'm curious, going into your head, how do you wrap your head around that?
I would be like this. I'd be like.
For those that are only listening, he just closed the fucking ring box.
Man, I mean, you can't. It's like, I think about it like this, right? You remember who Superhead was?
Oh yeah.
Yeah. So Superhead. I mean, like
Karina Stevens. Is that her name?
Yeah, I think so. But I mean, she literally every superstar, right? Every Jay-Z and all these other, rappers. And can you imagine not knowing that? And you're just proposing to her, and then she's like, "Hey, I just got to come clean with you. I blew Jay-Z, DMX, whoever else is on the list." I mean, fuck, man, I'm not trying to hoe shame. Everybody's got to pass, but it's just I don't think I could do it, man.
I think because I was thinking about when she was sitting there bragging about these guys running a train on her and everything. My first thought is I was like, get into porn. Get into porn. What are you doing? Fucking just. I don't know. I mean, and I'm like, or unlike when you were blowing the guys, shut your fucking mouth.
Yeah.
Why would you fucking put that out there? I mean, dude, it's like I said, I mean, I know whoever I date or whatever, I'm not going to, 99.9% chance I'm not going to be there first.
Right.
So, but dude, I couldn't watch the NBA anymore.
Yeah.
You're a lifelong Suns fan.
Yeah, can you imagine if the Celtics just met your girl and you were she's like, Jay, I used to be a cheerleader for the Celtics and this and this. And I would be like,
now if she was like, hey, I blew Tom Brady, I'd just fucking go, let's make out.
But then, I wonder for women, does it work the same way? If there was a dude who, he's been down on every superstar chick, does that?
Okay, so that's interesting you say that because going back to the girl,
mm-hmm.
I've always said, and I do believe this. I think what I'm realizing is, and this is not good advice for any girl that may be thinking about dating me. This is awful, but I almost am like, don't tell me. I don't want to know. Keep that shit to yourself.
Exactly. That goes so far. I really don't need to know all the details of everything that you did. It's if you want to tell me how many people you hooked up with, that's fine. But
yeah, but you don't want details to be like, and this one dude, his dick was huge. I mean, he just would not stop coming. I mean, just in my eyes, down my throat. Oh God. I mean, it was a lot to swallow. I'm like, Jesus Christ, what the fuck?
Because here's the thing, right? You end up with that person, and then it's going to be hard to see them kiss your babies goodnight. You know what I mean? And it's like,
dude, so I've always said, and I still believe this, is I've always said, I don't care what happened in your past, as long as it doesn't affect our future. You know, like if you, I don't know, you know, herpes or you have HIV or whatever, then you need to let me know, because that could affect our future. But
a man, you know, previously, then let us know, you know. So
fucking let me know immediately. Fuck, I was gonna say so. Oh wait, what were you just saying, Manny? Are you frozen
for a sec? Hold up.
Oh yeah, froze there. Sorry.
Okay. What was I talking about? So I was talking about women. I was talking about,
like, right before I just started saying the thing about whatever happened in your.
Oh yeah. If you're a man, let us know. If you're if you're
yeah, I don't want. I guess I don't want details. I'm cool with, like, you know, if a girl's a freak, and that's awesome, great. And you know, I've slept with a lot of guys. Okay, cool. Like if let's say I'm dating a girl and let's say she's literally slept with 300 dudes, whatever. And she goes, just let you know, I've slept with a lot of guys.
Mm-hmm.
I would probably be like, okay, cool. And then she like, do you want me to tell you? I'm like, nah, I'm good.
Yeah.
As long as there's nothing left over from that I should know about, then
I mean, it's such a convoluted, like, loaded question, because it's like, if I'm dating Beyonce and then she tells me this, I'm just like, I could probably learn to live with it. You know what I mean?
I can be 301.
Exactly. You know what I mean?
So you're like, I fucked Jay Jizz.
I mean, if Beyonce's paperwork came back clean and she was like, hey, I did this, this, and this, I'd be like, you know what, babe? We can move forward. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I'm good. So
now she's like a big girl and she's got zits and fucking maybe a boil on her head, and she's like, hey, I've slept with one guy. You're like, that's it, we're done.
Any excuse just to be done.
Jesus. I was gonna ask you something. Fuck, I keep forgetting shit. It was related to that. Hold on.
Men's standards versus women's standards.
No, and I think it was gonna be. Oh, I know what it was. So, Crystal doesn't exist.
Right.
Hypothetical. Okay. Who was and or is currently like your dream? And we'll say this all time, and it can be at any point of this person's life. Who's your number one?
You gotta laugh your ass off.
Carrot Top.
No. Okay, so Beyonce is actually my number two. You'd be surprised. But number one, this is so stupid. Sally Fields, man.
Dude, Sally. No. Fucking Smokey and the Bear, Sally Fields.
Yeah. Oh my God, man. Just like the perfect, just like wholesome, like just gorgeous. She just, I mean, even seeing her in like Steel Magnolias when she got mad, she was like, "Oh, I just wish I could punch some." You know what I mean? It's just fucking ridiculous, man. She's hot to me. I don't know what it is. Sometimes,
dude, no, I think Sally Fields is hot as shit. Back in the day, she because she has that, she's like cute and she has like a natural sexiness to her.
Exactly. Yep.
She's kind of like Jennifer Aniston, like of her time. In that where like Jennifer Aniston is beautiful and everything, but she has that cute, wholesome vibe to her, like Sally Fields did. Sally Fields was curvy too.
You know, it's weird though, because I mean, there's so many people. I mean, it's like Shakira. You know what I mean? She's like, oh,
Shaquille.
Oh. How about you? Who's yours?
It'd be one of two. Back in the day, Raquel Welch.
Okay, yeah. Mm-hmm.
Like, obviously not now, but like, dude, because she was curvy as shit. But you know what? I would probably say, oh man, it might be, oh God, it might be Selma Hayek.
Ooh, yeah, dude, gorgeous, and just like, she's a firecracker too, man.
Yeah, I like that too.
Yeah.
I think just, yeah, I don't know. Fuck. There's all, but then, dude, there's like, and it's weird too, like what was your thing back in the day that was like back in the day, it was tits and ass. I think when you're young and you fucking get your dick gets hard when the wind blows.
Right.
You know what, like, you probably do know, I've said it before, my thing that just fucking drives me, I love girls with that thick, natural, curly hair.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, fuck.
Yeah. No, same here. I like the curly hair thing is big for me. I don't know what it is about it. Like that was always like, because girls would always straighten their hair. I'm like, why? It looks so much better when it's just curly, and you know what I mean? Like, so that was a big thing for me. I'm like you, where it was the S girl, that was a really big thing. I used to love like the mean chick. You know what I mean? Like this one girl, and I'll say her name. I don't give a shit. That we went to high school with. Her name was Ebony, and she was gorgeous, man.
Ebony. So it's Ebony, but she fucking was spelt it all fucking Ebony.
Ebony Woods, Ebony Keiko Woods, man. She was half Asian, half black, and she just was like, not only was she gorgeous, but she was just like an asshole. You know what I mean? And she would be like, "Fuck you, Manny." And I'm like, God, she is just the dream.
You're like, I want to hate fuck her.
I never had enough courage to even talk to her, and I think she was more into those like brothers that were just straight up like they're like probably in the streets and like weren't afraid of anything. Me, I'm too square, and she probably looked at me like a cousin or some shit. So.
I dated a girl. She was Korean and black, and she had that thick, natural curly hair, and I used to, and she didn't straighten that often. It was I think maybe because she knows how much I loved it. I fucking, and she was a S girl too. Thick.
Man, I'm telling you, something about the curly hair. It's definitely a turn on. So.
I also wanted to talk about, did you see the shit with Michelle Obama?
Oh man, dude. Michelle Obama. She is amazing. Just her speech. It's like she's just so eloquent and like just I mean
Wait. Did you just say she speaks well? What the fuck?
She speaks so well. Properly. Oh my God. No, man. Like, I know she doesn't like politics. She would make such a great president. But just talk about just some of the best human beings on the planet, the Obamas. But I mean, she literally spoke to everything that we've all been going through. Even a few months back, she said something along the lines of, that she was dealing with borderline like depression, just from everything that's been going on in the world. And that really like hit home with me because I'm guilty of watching the news too much. And it's just like every day you turn it on and Trump's doing something else that's crazy. And it weighs on you. But she really broke it down. I thought she did a great job of speaking. And you make it.
This is where you get canceled.
Way not to say that she spoke so well.
Yeah. No, I know, dude. I've seen like a couple of clips. I have to watch the whole thing. I spaced and didn't see any of it. But the stuff I've seen is very, very, she speaks really well. Very eloquent. I posted a video that it just got me thinking more again. Like I posted a video the other day about Trump, which I don't do political humor. I don't talk politics. And the video I posted, I said, this isn't a political post. It's about Trump's character. And it was. And I'm like, dude, I would be curious to ask like a hardcore Trump supporter, taking out politics. Like, let's say Trump will go down in history as the greatest president ever. Cool. All right. Take all that out of it. Just him as the person. Is that the kind of person you would want to hang out with, be associated with? I just think about hanging out with someone where you call they do shit. They do horse shit. You call them on their shit and they just deny it all the time.
Dude,
not hang out with that guy.
I'll put it like this. I won't name names, but I know comics like that where it's just like there's no accountability ever. And it's always like blaming it on, you're blaming it on somebody else, but it's also, you're just not, your code of ethics aren't fucking there, and it's just, to me, here's the craziest thing. The thing that's really bringing down the country right now, and I can't stand conspiracy theories, man, this QAnon shit is like, it's the wildest thing, because if you really look at it deep, you know what it is? It's everybody who's spoken out against Trump that's now a pedophile or doing some other crazy shit, right? And don't get me wrong, pedophilia is a real thing. It's going on in the world, but Tom Hanks isn't the leading pedophile of the world. You know what I mean? It's like Chrissy Teigen isn't now a pedophile, and Pizzagate isn't a real thing. But you know, shit, I'm sure QAnon, if they ever saw this, would jump on me and it's like, oh yeah, Manny Martin, the comedian who was on Kevin.
Oh yeah, you're gonna get canceled for saying Michelle Obama speaks well, and that they're gonna say you're a pedophile, dude. It's
just times, man.
What'd you say?
Just weird times to live in,
dude. It's fucking yeah. It's and so for this kind of goes back to what I was saying at the beginning. So this will also be the last time I have this stupid background, unless I'm on the road. I'll have you know what I'm going to do? I was going to tell you, Manny, once I get my studio set up here in the apartment, what?
Create a Love in Black and White.
Yeah. Well, not only that, I'm also going to take a picture of the studio that I have. Then I'll send that to you and you can use it as a backdrop.
Love it. That was perfect.
Yeah. And then, so the NBA playoffs are happening right now. Have you watched any basketball?
No, but I heard about the bullshit technicals that went down yesterday. Did you?
Kitsap Porzingis.
Yeah. Jeez. Yeah. When it has playoff consequences, it's like, man, especially in the playoffs, stop with the ticky-tack shit. It's like you could cost somebody a championship based on one game. So, I haven't watched
one game. I can't remember the last time I watched a game. Only sports I've been watching is UFC.
Yeah. So I watched one NBA game. It wasn't the Porzingis one. I just read about it. But I have been watching UFC, and to watch Daniel Cormier versus this weekend. What's it? Mitch? I always pronounce his name wrong.
Chop.
Yeah, Chop or whatever. Dude, it's like I was actually rooting for Daniel Cormier, but it's like Cormier, but it's I don't know. I'm a John Jones fan too, but he could be a dick sometimes, and he just does dumb shit. So it's like I don't know.
He just announced he vacated his belt today.
Yeah, is he gonna try for heavyweight or?
I don't know. I didn't read anything on why he vacated it, so I'm like, is he just done with UFC or what?
Well, from what reports said, like even earlier, was that he didn't feel like he could pull in the money that he wanted to. He wasn't getting offers for the fights. He was like, I'm only getting this for, and I've been the heavyweight champ for this long and nobody's beaten me, but I still can't pull in X amount of dollars. So I get it. But at the same time, I don't know if there will never be that demand for UFC that there is with boxing. And I don't know what it is. I love UFC.
Unless you're McGregor. McGregor like figured it out somehow.
Yeah. But even then it was like, that's the difference, I think. McGregor is a personality. He's a great fighter, but he knows how to talk shit. So then you're rooting against him, which I didn't like that. What's his name? Colby.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. And he wasn't, by any means likable, but he made you want to watch just to get his ass whooped, right?
Yeah, when he was like pro-Trump and all that shit.
Yeah. So if he had one, I guarantee you he'd be able to pull in those numbers. So, John Jones, if he didn't do the dumb shit of, cocaine in the car or grabbing a stripper at a club, he probably could command more if he was still that asshole and everybody wanted to see him lose. I think that to a certain extent, that's what happened with Anderson Silva, right? Is that he got cocky to a certain point and people just wanted to see him lose. So
the other thing too that's crazy about John Jones, very well spoken.
Very well spoken. A man of God, am I right?
yeah, fucking. He's fucking. I believe in God. Praise Jesus. Hand me another line. That's probably not the right term. Hand me another line. Okay, fucking. How much I know about drugs. What was the other shit that's going on right now? You got the shit with the post office. So last night my buddy Eddie J, he's a musician rapper out here in Vegas. Okay. Was involved in his music video, which was pretty dope. It's fucking. I'm like pretty excited about all the shit going on here and like what's ahead for like myself and the podcast and the show. It's excuse me. It's just been like, I don't know if I mentioned it on the other podcast, but so I moved here August 1st, and then the apartment I was in, there was problems, so I had to move within the complex. So now I'm finally set, and I'm getting shit sent here every day. And the next podcast, there'll be a set. It'll be recorded on H6s, so it's going to sound sharp. Manny has his there. So what we'll do is I don't know if we'll film it on Zoom, but the audio will be recorded on H6s. So, and if you don't know H6, I mean, it'll go back to sounding like a podcast.
It sound crisp. Yeah.
Yeah. What was the other thing I was going to say? Or do you
the music video?
Oh, yeah. Oh, so the music video, though, I played a CIA, like Men in Black type guy. And it was cool, though. It's really cool because Eddie's a fucking good dude. It's so funny because I'm wondering if I can say he manages Brad Garrett's comedy club.
Oh, nice. Okay.
And I figured out a tick he has, and it's the fucking funniest thing. So, like, as you're talking to him, maybe you're like a comic trying to fucking get something out of him that maybe you're not supposed to, or whatever, or you're just trying to fucking weasel, whatever it is. Maybe not a comic. He'll let you talk, and then he'll go like this. He'll go, "Oh, that's what's up. So check it." And whenever he says that, the "so check it" is always followed by something where he'll just fucking discount everything you just said. You're like, okay, like you could talk for 10 minutes and think you're doing great points, and they'll just be like, and then you finish, you'll go, "Yeah, that's what's up. So check it. This is what we're gonna do." It's like fucking, it's my favorite fucking thing with Eddie. But he's got a cool concept in his music video related to Heaven's Gate.
Okay.
You remember that shit?
Uh-huh.
So this, I think it might have been in the 80s. It was a cult in California that they all killed themselves, but they all dressed in black and had these Nikes.
Oh shit. Okay.
Yeah, it's they should do a fucking documentary on it. But anything you have to report?
I actually wanted to throw this in. I love when you meet somebody who just shuts your shit off and doesn't like Roy Wood Jr. Is famous for like if he sees somebody bomb, he'll never tell you like did a bad job. He's like, "Hey man, you did your thing." You know what I mean? It's a fucking great line because it's like, "Hey, you did your thing."
Yeah. Your thing just sucked.
Exactly. Oh man. One thing I am excited for this weekend, being a comic book nerd, is the DC Fandom is going down on the 22nd, which is just an update for all things DC. But the one thing I really am excited for is there's like a new Batman game that's coming out. I mean, super nerdy.
Wait, when? Where? What?
I don't know what system it's going to be on, but they said the 22nd they'd be dropping it, but it's supposed to be based on the Court of Owls. I don't know if.
Oh, yeah.
And then also there's a Suicide Squad game from the people who made the Arkham series. So we'll see if it's any good.
Now, when you say it's going to be dropping, like news of it or the actual game?
Yeah, so news of it. So there's like a 24-hour, apparently, fan fest, and it's supposed to update you on the new Zack Snyder cut for, Justice League. I mean, I don't know if DC can save their franchise. It'll never be Marvel. Marvel's just leaps and bounds above it.
I think they should not try and I mean, some people say, oh, they should follow Marvel. I think they shouldn't. I think like the Batman trilogy, the Christian Bale one, was so good because of it was its own thing. It didn't try and be anything else. It stayed true to Batman.
Exactly.
I still think Ben Affleck was the best Batman for just Batman.
Mm-hmm.
He just was in a shitty movie. But I mean, like how he looked, how he fought, everything.
For sure. I think that you bring up a good point because if they did it like they do the animated movies where it's just one-offs, right? It could actually be a good thing. Like you saw how they did Joker. That ended up being. So just make one good movie at a time. It's like they don't all have to be a part of the same universe. Just create good content. Take a story, make it, put it out there. Shout out to Marvel though. I mean, to be able to carry all that shit through.
Although they did have some turds too. Like what they did to Silver Surfer in Fantastic Four. Oh,
that was part of the Fox studio line, right?
All right, okay, Manny. All right.
So, anyways, but yeah, that'll be cool to see what happens next in that.
There's actually an interesting documentary I think on Netflix about. Do you know about the Fantastic Four movie they tried to make way back in the day?
Mm-mm. Oh, the one where it looked really shitty. It was like in the 90s.
Yeah, I mean, it looked like what they. The thing is, I guess what it was this company. They had until these aren't the accurate numbers. Let's say they had until 1985
Okay.
they had the rights to a Fantastic Four, and they had to put out a movie by the end of 1985. Otherwise, they lose the rights.
Okay.
So they literally were just like, as cheaply as we can, let's put out a movie so that we can then retain these rights. And that's what they did. And they didn't even plan on releasing the movie. They just were going to get the movie made. But the actors and people in it had no idea. So they were like, oh, this might be my break. And they're fucking putting their heart and soul in it. It's and like, I guess you can get that DVD on eBay and shit. It's out there. Somebody put it out there. And it's a pretty interesting documentary.
Okay. The last thing I wanted to bring up is what are your thoughts? I mean, we're huge movie buffs, man. How have you been surviving with no movie theaters and just really no new releases?
A lot of documentaries, a lot of Netflix. I'm on YouTube more than anything. I watch so much shit on YouTube.
Yeah.
Now I've been watching these. Now they're like young ghost hunters that I used to watch Nukes all the time, and now I'm watching these other guys. And dude, there's this one dude. This is a crazy story. I think I don't know where it's at. This guy, probably 30-ish, bought a ghost town, like an old mining ghost town.
Mm-hmm.
There's literally nothing around it, and he just bought it, and he was living up there. He was living up there during the winter, and he was like snowed in, and he was posting videos, and now it's like the snow's melted and everything, but he's still up there. And I want to fucking go up to this guy's place because you can stay there. It was like a mining town that's like a ghost town now. It's got a hotel and shit, and so I want to go up there.
Okay. Let me ask you this: for all the fans who don't know or don't understand it, where do you think your obsession with the paranormal comes from?
I like sci-fi. I've always said I'm terrified of the idea of death.
Yeah.
So I don't know if it's like a want of like proof that there really is something out afterwards or something. I don't know. It's always interesting to me. I also think that fear and funny work well together.
For sure.
I mean, that's why I love scary movies that's the joy of going to a scary movie with your buddy. Mm-hmm. Or a girl, is because you both fucking are like get the shit scared out of it, and you look at each other like, oh fuck, man. I remember. Have you seen the Visit?
No.
M. Night Shyamalan.
No, what's that one about?
Oh, the grandparents.
No. Okay, I got to check it out. All right.
You know what? Then I'm not going to say anything. It's just called The Visit. Watch it, and we'll talk on it next week. We'll talk about it.
Cool.
Don't let me forget, though.
All right, dope. Oh man, I will say this. I'll leave you with this because I've always been obsessed with the other side too, and it's like, if I could just have some.
You mean like dudes?
That's what I'd be talking about. But there's something about the other side with paranormal shit that you really want to know. And I mean, for me, I've always had dreams about like future events, then they'll end up happening. So I'm like, what is that all about? But the one that really blew my mind was my friend's dad, who he had some sort of heart attack and was like pronounced dead, came back, and for a few weeks he wasn't right. And his mom went to the grocery store, and the lady at the grocery store just said the weirdest shit to her and was like, hey, I know this is going to sound crazy, but something's telling me that your son's not doing what he's supposed to be doing and that he's supposed to be a good dad to his daughters, right? And the mom blew it off like, oh, this is stupid, whatever. And so she went to the post office. Lady at the post office said the exact same thing, stopped her and was like, hey, this sounds crazy. And so like the mom was like, okay, two people that had no, relation said the exact same thing. So she goes back home to the dad or to her son and is like, hey, these two ladies, told me the exact same thing, that you aren't doing what you were supposed to be doing and that you're supposed to be a good dad to the girls. And he just starts crying. And this is like 2 months after his heart attack.
He's like, those are my baby mamas.
Exactly. So he just starts crying. Apparently, when he was on the other side, an angel or God told him that, hey, it wasn't your time. It's not your time right now, but you do need to be a better dad to your girls, and that's why it's not your time yet. He didn't want to leave. Apparently it was so beautiful up there, and he said that, you know, it was like the wormhole he went through, that happened, and then he came back, and he was like super sad because it was so perfect on the other side. But
my stepdad had saw the light. My stepdad was clinically dead, is that what they say? And he had heart attacks and came back, and he said he saw lights or whatever.
Yeah, Kane's dad said he saw, or apparently said he saw the wormhole, went through it, and then came back. But I mean, for two people to tell you the exact same thing, and you know, he cries. But I'll tell you this, just to show you that it doesn't set in with some people. Years later, he denies that even happened. You know, when he was talking to me, and he said, "No, when you're, you know, clinically dead, it's the most peaceful thing ever. But you know, your light's just fading, and there's nothing." And I was like. And, you know, his daughter and, you know, even Crystal were like, that's not what he said years ago. So
dude, fucking. All right. So you're going to watch The Visit. Do you have anything coming up you want to plug?
Yeah. So I'll be locked in quarantine for like probably another, I don't have shit going on.
Just Love in Black and White and on here. And
yeah. So Love in Black and White. And then I'm working on a few movie script ideas, which I think have potential, but you know, those are probably like a year out. So, you know, I had one about a gay mixed martial artist.
You're so full of shit. I knew you were gonna fucking. Don't be putting my shit out there.
You can censor that shit out if you had it.
Yeah, no. There's. Oh, I was gonna say, you said that you sometimes have premonitions and then they come true. Yeah. Anything you want to put out now that we can fucking maybe in a few weeks go, fuck, remember when Manny said this?
Well, the funny thing is, I actually had a dream about Kamala becoming president. This is probably 8 months.
Oh, sure, okay.
and I told Crystal. I did also have a dream that, I mean, Joe Biden won in a landslide, but it was like even before he got to Arizona, and I think maybe it was like after Nevada, but it was already 270 before he hit the West Coast. So we'll see if that comes.
Okay, remember that. Fucking guys, mark it down. We'll see.
Yeah. And then
watch, your numbers are right, exactly right, but it's for Trump.
Dude, oh my God, that was the thing. In 2016, I actually had a dream in 2015 that that Trump had won the presidency, but I didn't want to tell anybody because I didn't want to speak that shit into existence.
Yeah.
And then it was just like, fuck. But outside of that, maybe a lotto win for us, and that's about it.
Yeah. What's your give your Instagram and everything?
At Manny Martin JR on Twitter. And also on Instagram, and then just Manny Martin on Facebook if you want to follow me. I am the worst football fan. I am annoying. I complain about the Seahawks all day, but it's always fun during game day to watch me just bitch and moan about it. So we're not
what's up?
We're not all blessed to be Pats fans, asshole.
I mean, we lost Brady. I mean, we got Cam.
Yeah.
Coming up, so Kev and I are going to do Ask on Thursday. If you're a Patreon of Kev's, you can see it live. The 28th, I'll be doing Kev's Keep Your Distance comedy show. Go to Kev on Stage and get virtual tickets. There'll be a live audience there, socially distanced, but you can watch it transmitted live. And there's like I said, there's lots of stuff in the works. The shows, me and Manny, you know, Manny will be on this all the time, but then our Love in Black and White will be a specific dating relationship, but funny, with very funny. I think funny is the focus first on all of this shit. You know, for us, I'm not saying everybody should do that, you know, because there's already 1,000, whatever podcast you're going to come up with, there's already 10 like it on that topic. And so you got to find your own thing, and ours is going to be comedy. Will always be involved. It's you know, I mean, I'm pretty raunchy, so I just don't want my women like that, or at least telling me, Jesus. That's it. And I think that's it. This will be the last time you see and hear it like this. Next time it should be fucking good to go.
It'll be sexy.
Bye. What the fuck did you do, the Charleston?